I hope y'all ready for this one. We dropping it. 300 in the building, put 4 in the air if that's how you're feeling. My wheel stays spinning, deal stays winning. I need me a grill so I can stay grinning. Cheese like cheddar, but better. I'm trading my truck for a fold-over Beretta and make that mozzarella with my ladies and the fellas in Jamil's Aviator. Hendon Roxy got the Jetta with the double ski racks and the hum on the hat. She be coming round the mountain, woo, you ready for that? Get in the back, tell her where you about to be at. I guarantee with the speed, giving up the contact. In 4 feet, stomping like y'all be the Flintstones. I'm going back, hotter than the fire brimstone. Stack 2 racks, Ronnie about to give me a shirt, cause even he know the 300 putting in work. I'm gone. Like to start this out by sending a shout out to all of LA drivers out there who's going through something rugged right now. You know, Torsten, his whole crew, everybody out there, you know, you guys are going through something serious. You got a lot of natural disasters going on around, you know, but this one is pretty severe. I mean, I think there's 5 people are dead. And me, I have something serious with fire. You know what I'm saying? I've been in an explosion before. I know how scary it is to be surrounded by fire. I mean, I was trapped in a garage surrounded by fire. But imagine being in the whole city and no matter where you go, there's fire. I mean, it's in your street, it's in your yard, it's in your house, it's down the street, it's around the corner, it's in the fields. I mean, I couldn't imagine it. I was scared for my life, and I was only in a garage with a fire. Once I got out of the garage, I was fine. But these people, they're evacuating, they're running for their lives. People are standing on roofs. They're trapped in houses, you know, they're trapped in neighborhoods. They can't even get out of neighborhoods. There's so much fire. They're making U-turns. I mean, the fear going through their hearts right now, I couldn't even imagine it, because I know how I felt when I was in that explosion and I thought I was dead. And, you know, 5 people so far have been found dead in that fire, because it's not just the fire that kills you. It's the smoke. It's the heat. It's some people with heart issues and stuff like that, strokes, and, you know, anything can kill you in a fire because it's a traumatic experience. So for us to be rideshare drivers, and we're all connected all over the world, but not only the drivers, but to riders as well, I mean, that's pretty serious. And for those of us who have been in fires, I mean, it's a special place in our heart, because it's something you never want to wish on anybody, because I remember how it felt. And even to this day, sometimes when I look at my lip and I see that little, you know, light mark, I can look over my eye and see that little dark patch right there. That reminds me, you know, this is my second chance at it. And some of those people, you know, their lives are upended right now. Upended. Millions and millions, billions of dollars. Just, you know, they can't just bounce back. Luckily, when I was in my fire, I had a chance to go stay with somebody across town. I stayed with my ex-girlfriend for a while. And, you know, just kind of healed until my apartment was back up and running, until, you know, we had the place up and running, right? And then I came back, and that's when I, you know, saw all the damage, and I was like, man, I made it out of this. So, you know, in California, my heart goes out to you people, because I know it's not easy seeing your whole city in fire. It ain't just one house, it's your whole city. And you're running through canyons, you're going up hills, around corners, and you can't seem to escape it. So that's pretty rough. And on to, you know, another serious topic in this video is the drivers out there who probably weren't financially prepared. You know, Uber and Lyft is not going to throw any money at this situation. Uber and Lyft is not going to be like, oh, you know what? These guys were, you know, their cars, their houses, their clothes. No, the apps won't care for you, which is why we hammer on this channel about making sure you got savings, making sure you've been driving for profits and not just driving to stay busy and barely getting by. Because life happens. Car accidents happen. Natural disasters happen. You know, family emergencies happen. So if you're not out there driving for profits, this is real. What's going on right now in LA is real. And I hope is waking a lot of people up to reality of saying, I got to get my money together. That could be us next. Even if it's like, you know, your car just explodes or anything can happen. I mean, get your money together. These apps are not caring about us. These apps are not insuring your life like you can insure your life. You could be out there going, you know what? Let me not take these little crap rides. Let me generate some real money. Let me get a client base. Let me talk to private clients. Let me have some money sitting as a cushion if I can't work today, if I can't work tomorrow, if I can't work all week, if I can't work all month. Do you have that cushion? Look at the age that we're at. Do you have the cushion to where you could just take the rest of the month off? I do.
I don't, because I like to build my cushion up even further than that. I like to take 6 months off. I like to take a year off. I like to take 2 years off if the emergency calls for it. But you can't do that if you're doing rides that are barely paying you to make it through the day. You can't do it if you got a car that's depreciating a lot faster than a regular commuter car. Because you can't even trade that car in at the end of the year. You can't trade that car in 2 years later. You don't have the savings to even trade it in. You're stuck in that vehicle, that worthless vehicle, because you didn't drive for profits. You didn't save up for that rainy day. You didn't save up for that emergency. Y'all got to realize what's going on, man. This could have happened to anybody in any natural disaster. Just so happened to LA. It happened in Carolina with the hurricanes. It happened in Florida. If you ain't sitting on money and you struggling, think about how long have you been doing rideshare? How long have you been doing it? Has any rideshare app ever said, hey, man, we know your region just went through something horrible right now. Let us shoot you guys at least $1,000 a week till you get yourself back on your feet. They're not doing that. So you need to be generating revenue. You need to be generating profits to the point where if you can't work this week, do you got $1,000 sitting in the bank? Because that 1,000 now supplements you not working that week. If you got $1,000 a week in bills, that 1,000 now supplements your bills that week. Do you got that laying around? Or are you barely driving to where at the end of the week, the moment you pay everything, you're out of money again? You back down to $200 in the bank again. You done paid everything off. Now you're sitting on 200. Paid everything off. You're back down sitting at 600. That's not going to get you that far. This is the lesson right now. What's happening in California, what's happened with the hurricanes later last year, this is all a lesson to gig workers. If you are not taking care of yourself, if you're not driving for profits, if you're not generating clients that are paying you in a profitable way, you're going to get stuck. Life will happen. You thinking, oh, it ain't going to happen to me, man. I could just turn on an app tomorrow. No, maybe tomorrow you won't be able to. You don't know what tomorrow's bringing. Oh, I'm going to turn on the app next week. I'll just drive next. You don't know. You got to start generating business. You got to start generating profits. You got to start looking out for yourself because these apps ain't looking out for nobody. Trust me. Everybody in LA right now cannot call Uber, cannot call Lyft and say, hey, usually I was making, $1,000 a week to pay my bills. But since the fires came, we can't drive anymore in that area. So I'm only making, $200-$300. Is there any supplement you guys can do? No, go drive in a different area. We can't help you out. But if you had private clients, they might be like, you know what? We understand you're going through something. Here's an extra $200. We know you guys are down. Here's an extra $150. We know here's an extra $50. We know you're down. That's how private clients would take care of you. Uber and Lyft is not trying to take care of you. They like, don't know what to tell you. Sorry. And many of you guys have heard me talk about how people get down to the wire and they just start setting up GoFundMes because they didn't save up. We're going to see a lot of drivers out there to stay busy, the 80-hour-a-week drivers out there setting up GoFundMes for them and their family. I can tell you right now, if something happened to me, I wouldn't have to set up a GoFundMe. I've been driving really smart for the past 3 years, and I've showed you guys some of my bank account stuff. I've been driving really smart for 3 years straight now. I've been driving for 5 years total so far. The first 2 years was my learning experience. After that, I said, you know what? These apps ain't looking out for us. I see exactly what's going on, and I started generating private clients. For 3 years, I've been having private clients. For 3 years, I feel I have enough to where I don't have to set up a GoFundMe. If I blow an engine, I don't need to set up a GoFundMe. If I need a mortgage, I don't have to set up a GoFundMe. This is what I talk about on this channel all the time, and a lot of people don't like it because it's too adult. It's too real. It's too in your face. Just reality saying, man, if you don't get it together, life is going to take you down. That's what this channel is about. This is not a fluff channel. This is a channel that's about reality. I've been through divorces. I've been through fires. I've had kids in custody battles. I've been through companies, corporations, management teams. This is a reality channel, not a fluff channel. Just, I need to make some content today. Let me go drive around. I'm going to tell you exactly what this channel is about. These two screenshots right here. This is how much the app is charging somebody to get a ride. A scheduled ride is $100. My man Gary sent me this. $100 scheduled ride. Guess how much the driver's getting out of this scheduled ride? $16. That's it. $16. How can you make it through a fire getting $16. If Uber is taking, Lyft is taking $100 out of the ride and saying, hey, $100 for the ride and paying you $16. How can you make it through a fire doing that? How can you make it through life doing that? These people are willing to say, this ride is worth $100 to me. My private clients will say, Jeff, here's $100. This is worth $100 to me. Uber is like, this ride is worth $100. Here's $16. You can't make it through life like that. Here's another order, Uber Eats order. My man Mike sent this. Man, when Mike sent this to me, I'm looking at this like, you got to be kidding me. 3 stops? 3 stops? This is 3 stops? Come on now. How much time is this going to take? 3 stops? You can't make it through a fire like this. You can't make it through life like this, emergencies like this. If you don't understand what gig work is doing to the American worker right now, you're sleeping.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
And I know my channel is hard to watch for a lot of y'all. It is. It should be. Because a lot of y'all not ready to be business people. A lot of y'all are still stuck in being employees. A lot of y'all are looking for help and handouts from Uber and Lyft. This channel's not easy for y'all. This is a reality check for a lot of y'all. And y'all looking at this, I can't watch this. It's like when you walk in church and you hear the pastor talking. And the whole time you sitting there like, man, sound like he talking directly to me. Man, it sound like he talking to me. You only want to be in church. Sound like he talking to me.
I see you, motherfucker.
That's how my channel is. You walk into the barbecue the whole time, you like, man, he sound like he talking to me. Damn, I'm not prepared. I'm not trying to get private clients. I'm begging from Uber. I'm begging from Lyft. I'm taking $2 rides for 3 stops. I'm getting $16 on schedule. He sound like he talking to me. I am talking to you. You got to get your shit together. I'm talking to you.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
And I understand not everybody out there gonna have the ability to just get up and start doing business. I get that. At that point, you probably need to consider doing a W-2. Real talk. Like I said, this channel is about reality. If you can't do business, if you're not ready to do business, you're an independent contractor out here doing business, but you acting like an employee. Maybe you're not ready yet. You thought you were. But now you're looking at your debt, your bills, and you like, man, I like the flexibility, but damn, the lifestyle sucks. I ain't got no money. I ain't got no time. I can't sleep. Ask anybody that know me. I sleep good. I take naps every day. Because when I get up and my clients take care of me, guess what? They paying for me to stay healthy, mentally and physically. So I don't need to stress. They don't need no stressed out driver. They need a well-rested driver, not somebody fatigued out. So I'm taking naps. I'm eating good food. I'm relaxed. I'm hanging out with my dogs. I'm working on my cars, making sure they're up and running. I got time to. I don't got to be frantic like, oh man, something's ticking and clicking. And no, I work on my cars every day. I'm inspecting them all the time because I know when I'm out, I don't want to break down when I'm out. Just like the other day when I took off and I hear this loud sound coming from my Beamer, I turned back around and came home. Happened to be a rock in the wheel. For y'all that watch the live stream, y'all know what I'm talking about. But my cars don't make sounds. I know. If this is my business, I know exactly how each one of my cars sound. My clients make sure I have the time to take care of these vehicles to come pick them up. Uber and Lyft don't care about the time you're using. They'll run your car into the ground and tell you, well, you can rent run from me. We gonna save you on some car repairs. Just rent run from us.
Back in the game, baby.
And now you trapped in a $1,500 to $2,000 a month loop. That's more than people mortgages out there, and you paying at to rent a car. You ain't never gonna own that. At least with a mortgage, you eventually gonna own the house. You can cash out some equity in the house. But with a rental car, you stuck. $1,500 to $2,000 a month, just a loop. It's a bad business deal for a lot of us. A bad business. And I know, oh, I can't afford no other car. Why not? Because you doing rideshare. That's why you can't afford another car. A lot of people with W-2s got cars. A lot of people with rideshare can't afford a car. Why? Because rideshare, you're being used as a pigeon. You're a slave. You're a tool.
These pigeons are hungry, and I'm here to feed the fucking pigeons, okay?
You will never have enough money saved up to go out and get you your own car because you constantly paying $1,500 a month for a car that you can get for $400 a month if you went to a dealership. That's $1,100 a month you just throwing away. $1,100 a month you throwing away. That's over $12,000 a year. 12 grand a year you just giving away. You don't have $12,000 a year in car repairs. If you ain't paying $12,000 a year in car repairs, you wasting money. I've maybe repaired maybe $400 a year on my car in repairs. Maintenance and repairs and everything, $400 to $600 a year. Not $12,000. That's money that should be sitting in my bank account every year. That's money that should be sitting in my safe. That's money that I could be having in investment accounts. It shouldn't be going to some corporation just so I can say I got a car. $12,000 more than what you should be paying. Come on now. You know better than that. You're a business person. You should be a business person. If you're an employee and your brain works like an employee, maybe you should consider going to an employment place, getting a job through them. I just watched a video on Instagram or something the other day. This lady was delivering food. Black SUV, delivering food. She could work with us. She's got a little mini black SUV. She could be working with us with private clients, getting people to and from airports in her little mini SUV. Guess what she's doing? Dropping off hot dogs. So she's dropping off hot dogs. She walked up to the door to drop off the hot dogs, and guess what? Two black dudes was walking by with hoodies on, took off in her car. She left her car running right there in the street. She left her keys and everything in the car running right in the street. They drove off in her shit. Black SUV, nice little black SUV. We would have tinted the windows up. Hey, we're going to go pay $150, $200. Let's get this car tinted up. Cool. Now we're going to start shooting you airport rides. And she dropping off hot dogs and got her shit stolen. This is what I mean about bad business decisions. Why are you delivering hot dogs in a car like that when you can have private clients in a car like that? Why are you doing $2, $3, $4, $7 orders when you could be doing $100 rides all day with people you know? Not even with strangers, with people you know. Another guy up in Detroit, up in Dearborn, got shot doing rideshare. Just some strangers rolled up on him in some white Chrysler 200 and just fired up in his window, shot up in his window. Why are y'all doing rideshare? They don't pay enough for us to be getting shot, for us to be getting carjacked, people taking off in our cars. They don't pay us enough for that. Understand, you are in a business right now. If you don't go and get you a job, get you a W-2, get you something to get back on your feet, ride sharing delivery is not helping you get on your feet unless you got private clients.
And look at what you paid me. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You're going to pay me.
I mean, I don't want to sound mean or nothing like that. I just keep it real. I'm keeping it 100 with y'all. I don't want to sound mean. But if you ain't out there really getting this money, really running this like a business, always waiting on a handout from Uber and Lyft, waiting on a settlement to come through, waiting on them to give you some Prop 22 money, if that's all you waiting on, you ain't really doing business. You're a dependent. You're a corporate dependent, dependent on them to give you money instead of depending on you to go out and make this money. Get you some business cards. It's going to cost you some money to do business. It's going to cost, look at what it's costing you to be on Uber and Lyft. Look at how much you pay in fees every week. How much you pay in fees every week is how much it's costing you to do business because they're charging you to do business. No, they're putting a big amount on your 1099, but they're saying, oh yeah, we put $3,000 on your 1099, but $1,500 of that, but $1,500 of that, but $1,500 of that.
Black man.
$1,500 out of that is an expense. $1,500 out of that is what we gonna call our money for you using our platform. So you only get $1,500 out of the $3,000, but $3,000 on your 1099. And if you're a business person, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This don't sound foreign to you.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either.
If you're not a business person, you're probably watching this pretty pissed off right about now. You're like, he don't get it. Everybody's market ain't like his market. I don't drive the apps like that. What you acting like? I don't drive the apps. The apps are eating away at the market. If you live in a city that's got events, that's got games, you got Facebook, you got social media, you got email, you got a telephone, start marketing for yourself. Don't think, well, I got to go through Uber and Lyft. No. You can talk to a broker to get your own insurance. You can talk to a business agency. You say, how do I get a permit to do this? What do I got to do this? You get a business permit. That's what you do. You get a business permit. And if you're sitting around all day thinking, well, Uber's the only business permit I can get in my region, you're not researching hard enough. I'm doing everything I can to keep that money here in Arizona. Everything I can. I'm educating drivers as much as I can to keep that money here in Arizona. And the people are like, well, I know Uber and Lyft is going to come in and they're going to charge everybody thousands and thousands of dollars. They're going to take money out of Arizona and only give us pennies and scraps and popcorn here and there. No, we fighting back. You got to learn how to fight back. This is a serious battle. This is a battle for life, for economy, for you having something in your bank. When you put money in your bank can now give out loans and everything. And now your credit union can give out loans now. And now your community starts coming up. Not Uber and Lyft's community, your community start coming up because now you're supporting your own community when you keeping money in your community. The more you stay on these apps and the more you let that money leave your community, the broker your community gonna be. You're gonna end up starting to GoFundMe one day. And guess who's gonna put money in it? Not rideshare drivers, because rideshare drivers don't got money like that. They can't add to a GoFundMe. They need GoFundMes by themselves. You better be out there getting these private clients. I'm telling you, 2025 is that year. February the 14th, no love. February the 14th, start getting your shit together now. Start building up your client base now. Start telling riders now. If you don't book me and you don't take my call on February the 14th, it's going to be hard for you to get a ride. And we know pigeons out there. Oh, no, it ain't going to be hard. We getting these rides. We going to get. And guess what? Later this year, they'll have a GoFundMe. Oh, I need new suspension set. I need new struts. I need a whole new fuel tank. I need new window regulator. I ain't got no money. Did you drive on February the 14th? Yeah. Then use that money then. $1,500 of that. And as always, thank you guys for supporting the content. This is a very, not really controversial, but it's a hard channel. It's not a channel that YouTube really rocks with. So for you guys to help keep this channel going, to keep this content going, to keep me sitting on this microphone, to keep me buying cameras and equipment and stuff like that, you guys are helping this channel. We got to get the word out to riders. There's riders now putting out word that, hey, if you want to save some money, talk to a driver. We started that at the barbecue. When you see people doing that out there, it had to start somewhere. We started that at the barbecue. You as a driver went out and told somebody that, who told somebody that, who told somebody that. We started that at the barbecue. So when you seeing all of this happen on social media, all of these people doing all of these things about talking to riders, talking to drivers, we started that at the barbecue. Know that. When every channel stood up against us, telling us not to do it, oh, it's dangerous, leave it on the app, you guys gonna get deactivated. But now you're seeing people on TikTok saying it, people on IG saying it, people on Facebook saying it. We started that here at the barbecue. You can thank yourself, because it ain't me that goes out in your community saying that. You guys are talking to riders. You guys are out there talking to other drivers about it. We started that at the barbecue, so thank yourself for the economy that we're helping create, the economy we're fighting for. You can thank yourself for that.
Had to wear my battle fatigues and blend with the trees, committing penalties. You ain't assembled with me. We the 300, a villain superhero, Angel Hall like De Niro, cigars like Puro. Celebrate the hating that we get, cause it's like that. Despite that, dislike that. You can put the pipe back, you jaded crack baby from the 80s, cause you tripping. Time keep on slipping, but I'm gonna keep on lifting all my people out of poverty with missions and assignments. 11-11 tatted, cause I stay in the alignment. I'm bringing all the smoke to your choke, cause I'm on one. I'm not done. I fear no man, do not run. The shit that you got is all the shit that I had. I've been up, now I'm on my landing pad like SpaceX.